First, let's think for a moment about why does clothing even matter? Have you ever noticed how you feel when you think you're dressed well for something, when you've really nailed that outfit? You feel confident, you might be more likely to take a risk. If you're in a social setting, you may be more likely to introduce yourself to someone, or you might find the courage to tell a story that you're proud of. In fact, you're not the only one who feels this way. 68% of our clients tell us that they're more confident at interviews when they're dressed better. And 91% of managers that we've spoken with say that confidence is absolutely critical in interviews. What we know is that there is a strong relationship between having the right clothes and having the right attitude. Having the right style acts as a confidence boost. Simply put, when you look good, you feel good. When you feel confident, you see positive impacts in other areas of your work. You're in a better mood, you're more productive, and you even might be a better negotiator when you're dressed well. All of this translates into getting a better job, securing a higher salary, and having more respect in the workplace. Ultimately, all coming together to drive career success. When you look good, you won't just feel better, you'll actually end up doing better. Let's get started by talking about the actual elements of the career search. So when we say career search, we're really talking about three components: networking, interviewing, and actually starting your job. First impressions are critical, like we've said, and truly your outfit is going to be the first thing someone notices about you. It can reveal a lot about you, not just your personal style, but your confidence level, how attentive you are to detail, even what you aspire to. Before you even leave your house or log on to a virtual event, you've made the choice of how you're going to present yourself and how others are going to perceive you. Each of these elements of the career search might require different outfits, but they're also opportunities to not just make a great first impression, but to show off your individual style. Now let's talk about what actually dressing for your career looks like. Before we get into the tactical do's and don'ts, I want to highlight some basic misconceptions around dressing for your career search and success. First, you don't have to consider yourself a fashion-forward person to look good or even to try new trends. Good style is truly for everyone. If you don't want to try new trends or stay up on the latest fashion, there are plenty of great classic looks you can lean into to look great at your current comfort level. On the other side of the spectrum, you also don't have to conform. You should wear things that you like and things that reflect your personality. We're lucky to be in a day and age where it's not all black suits all the time, so you're welcome to wear what you want as long as it fits within a dress code. Finally, perhaps most importantly, you don't have to be uncomfortable to dress well. You should find options that fit you both stylistically and in terms of actual size and cut. We'll turn into talking more about the do's and don'ts of actually picking our clothing next. I'll turn it over to you, Olivia.
Starting off, let's chat about some of the don'ts we want to follow specifically as we approach dressing for a career search. We want to stay away from what we will call casual fabrics, things like polyester workout clothes or legging material. Low-cut tops or anything too revealing should also be avoided. Speaking of things that might be too tight, we also want to avoid clothes that aren't well-fitting to you, either too small, too large, or poorly fitting in general. Don't force yourself into uncomfortable shoes because your work days can be long, so make sure you're wearing the appropriate footwear for your role. Evaluate the colors of your clothing to make sure that they aren't clashing, and avoid stores like Forever 21 and Shein. These may work for your personal life, but these fast fashion companies are not ideal for your job search. And finally, avoid anything that you would consider going out clothes. Now let's get into some of the do's. I'm going to go over this slide quickly, and then we will actually take a look at some photo examples of what we mean for each category. You want to make sure that we're dressing for the correct season, both in terms of staying warm or cool and your style choices. You also want to make sure that you're dressing to flatter your body so that the things that you wear enhance your natural looks and shape. And finally, you need to be aware of your workplace dress code, not just what is in the written policy, but how to fit in within your industry, geography, and overall feel of your potential workplace. Here are some overall great looks that showcase some of these concepts we just talked about. We'll get into each one of these concepts in detail, but you can see that each of these looks are stylish, comfortable, and elegant while not appearing stuffy or forced.